Leonidas is remembered as the heroic king at Thermopylae, but his rise was anything but typical. As the third son, he wasn't destined for the throne. He endured the full brutality of the Agoge, Sparta's infamous training. Unlike his royal brothers, Leonidas was shaped as a soldier first, not a ruler. He knew hunger, pain, and hardship firsthand, forging a bond with his men that no birthright could grant. His authority was earned in the dust and sweat of the training grounds. When he became king, he embodied the Spartan ideal, a warrior forged by the same trials as every man he led. Leonidas's story is not just about a single battle, but a lifetime of relentless preparation. At 7, Spartan boys left home for the Agoge, a harsh, state-run boot camp. Comforts vanished, replaced by reed mats and barracks life. Days were filled with relentless drills, running, wrestling, and war dances to build unity and discipline. Education was practical basic literacy, laconic speech, and obedience. Music and poetry reinforced the warrior ethos, not leisure. Loyalty shifted from family to peers and the state, forging unbreakable bonds. Fierce competition weeded out the weak, creating a culture of toughness. The Agoge stripped away individuality, molding boys into soldiers devoted to Sparta above all. Hunger was a constant companion in the Agoge. Rations were meager by design. Boys learned to function on little food, vital for soldiers on campaign. Stealing was encouraged, but only if you weren't caught. Failure meant a public flogging. Every meal became a lesson in stealth and cunning. Punishments were swift and severe, forging resilience and emotional control. The infamous whipping at Artemis Orthia tested pain tolerance. Some boys died, earning grim glory. Complaints were useless. Pain was temporary. By adulthood, Spartans were hardened, both physically and mentally, nearly immune to fear and suffering. The Agoge's relentless pressure created warriors who could endure anything. The wilds of Laconia were a second classroom for Spartan boys. Survival skills were essential: navigation by sun and stars, foraging, hunting, and building shelters from scratch. They learned to live off the land, making them self-sufficient and adaptable. Shelter building and resourcefulness were drilled into them. Comfort was never guaranteed. Stealth, or krypteia, tied it all together, moving unseen, blending with the landscape, and striking without warning. These skills made Spartans formidable scouts and raiders, not just frontline soldiers. A Spartan could survive, fight, and disappear in any terrain. Their training made them as deadly alone as they were in formation. The toughest Agoge graduates faced the krypteia, a brutal test of survival and secrecy. Alone, armed only with a knife, they hid by day and moved by night, living off the land. This ordeal forged ultimate self-reliance and stealth. But the krypteia was also a tool of terror. These young men targeted the helot underclass, eliminating potential rebels. The constant threat kept the helots in check and the Spartans in power. For the young warrior, it was a final, bloody rite of passage. The krypteia hardened both body and soul, preparing future leaders for the harsh realities of Spartan rule. It was the ultimate test: survive, remain unseen, and enforce Spartan dominance. All Spartan training led to one goal: perfecting the Phalanx. In this formation, teamwork was everything. Each man's shield protected his neighbor. Individual heroics were discouraged. Discipline and unity were supreme. The hoplites' gear, shield and spear, was designed for collective defense and offense. Choral dances and drills ingrained instant obedience and synchronized movement. Brotherhood forged in the Agoge meant no one would abandon his post. The Phalanx was a living wall, nearly impossible to break. At Thermopylae, Leonidas led not just warriors, but a perfectly synchronized force, Sparta's true strength. The Agoge's lessons still resonate. Resilience is built, not born. Spartans created hardship to prepare for crisis. Modern survivalists can do the same by training outside their comfort zones. Master the basics: fire, navigation, foraging, skills that don't fail when technology does. Resourcefulness and discretion, acquiring what you need without being noticed, are timeless survival traits. The grey man mindset: blend in, act quietly, and avoid drawing attention. Above all, discipline and mental toughness are the ultimate survival tools. Leonidas's journey proves that relentless training and self-control forge true strength. In any age, the will to endure is the greatest weapon.